Hey everyone, welcome back to DIYs with Sonia. Today I have a brand new collection of high-end home decor dupes inspired by Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, and even West Elm. I absolutely love finding ways to recreate high-end looks for a fraction of the price, and these projects turned out so good. And the best part, you won't believe how affordable and easy these DIYs are. Whether you love warm, textured pieces or timeless classic decor, there's something here for everyone. Now let's get started with our first DIY. The first DIY is inspired by the Pottery Barn textured earthenware vase, which retails for a whooping $99, but we're making our own for just a few dollars. I'm starting with a thrifted vase that has a great shape but definitely needs a makeover. To achieve that high-end textured look, I am applying drywall compound all over the vase using a putty knife. This is a trick I use often because it creates a beautiful organic texture that mimics expensive earthenware. If you don't have drywall compound, you can also use baking soda mixed with paint for a similar effect, or even plaster of Paris mixed into a fairly thick texture. While I'm applying the drywall compound, I wanted to mention that this video is extra special because I'm collaborating with my best friend Sandra from DIYs at the Schwowin's Nest. Sandra and I have been friends for over 24 years and used to even live on the same street. We have been DIYing together for years and I love her creativity. She's also sharing some amazing DIYs today, so be sure to check out her video after this one. I will have her channel and video linked down in the description box. And if it's your first time stopping by from her channel, hello and welcome. And if you're visiting her channel for the first time from my channel, make sure to say hello to her and let her know Sonia sent you. Moving on to the vase, once the drywall compound was applied, I did not wait for it to dry before creating the lines. I used a comb to make the lines evenly distributed, referencing my inspiration piece as a guide. This process was very therapeutic and I really enjoyed it. Once it dried for about 24 hours, I sanded down any rough peaks using sandpaper from Dollar Tree. The final result turned out stunning, and I think it's a very close match to the Pottery Barn inspiration piece for just a fraction of the price. You can customize this however you like. You can leave it as is, like I am doing, or paint it with a creamy white, a deep terracotta, or even a soft gray to match your decor. The end result is a high-end looking vase that you would never guess was a thrift store find. Moving on to my next DIY, we're going to transform this flower pot or planter that I picked up at Dollarama for just $1.75. I was immediately drawn to the little braided design because I knew it would be perfect for mimicking the look of wicker or rattan, which is incredibly popular right now. As you can see, similar pieces can be quite pricey online. To achieve that high-end look, I use dark antiquing wax. I'm using any Sloan, but any brand will work. I simply applied it with a brush, making sure to work into all the grooves to enhance the texture. This was such a simple and easy DIY, but the result is absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect way to add warmth and texture to your space, and I think it truly gives that rattan or wicker effect. What do you guys think? West Elm, which is a sister company to Pottery Barn under Williams Sonoma, sell these adorable bunny statues, and I fell in love with them. The middle-sized bunny retails for $68, but we're making ours for just a few dollars. I picked up this wood bunny from Dollarama for $3 and decided to customize it to achieve that similar high-end look. I experimented with different stains, special walnut and old American, and settled on using my gel stain, which was a bit dry but still usable. The wooden bunny absorbed a lot of stain I was applying with the rag and making some areas darker than I wanted. So I proceeded on dabbing some of that stain off and then rubbing it onto the bunny for the lesser stain effect. So after the bunny was done, I was still a little bit unhappy with how dark some of the areas were. So to fix this, I applied some white wax to lighten it up. Although the final result wasn't exactly what I had envisioned, I think it has a beautiful vintage feel and I might go and grab another bunny to experiment further. This is another easy dupe and is such an easy way to bring in some subtle seasonal decor. Wicker rattan and woven decor pieces are some of my favorite things to look for at thrift stores because they're so much more affordable than buying new. Most high-end stores charge a fortune for these, but thrift stores usually have a great selection. If you don't love the original color, don't worry, you can easily update it with gel stain, watered down paint, chalk paint, or even wax. For my piece, I'm using a combination of dark wax and white wax to deepen the tone while still letting the natural woven texture shine through. So the next piece that I'm working on is this thrifted tray, which I got for just $2.99. It was the perfect shape and I loved the design, but the color was a little too yellow for my taste. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but I wanted to give it a slightly different look. I recently picked up this rattan style bunny from HomeSense and I love the warm natural tone of it. This was the color I wanted to replicate on the tray. To achieve that look, I mixed white wax with dark antiquing wax and applied it to the tray. I think it really helped to tone down the yellow, and the final result was pretty close to the color of the bunny. Like I said, trays like these can be so expensive in stores, so I always keep an eye out for them at thrift stores. This one was actually picked up for me by Sandra. She was out thrifting, sending me pictures, and I grabbed it for me. Sometimes having a personal shopper really comes in handy, and I'm so grateful for Sandra. One thing to note about using wax, it does take some time to cure. Right after applying it, the tray felt a little sticky, and the more I handled it, the more wax rubbed off. But after about 24 hours, it was completely fine. I used the rag to wipe off some of the excess wax and then reapplied a little bit more in certain areas to get that perfect finish. This is such a great way to incorporate warmth and natural elements into your decor, and the best part is that not two pieces are ever the same. This last DIY is a dupe of the extra large fall olive stem from Crate and Barrel, which retails for $89. I love the look of these oversized olive stems, but I definitely don't love the price. To make my own, I wanted to include it here because we are going to recreate it just for $10. I picked up olive branches from Temu for $10 for 5 stems. Each branch had multiple smaller branches, so I split them in half. Using real branch from my yard, I had glued the olive stems onto them, following the natural curvature to make it look realistic. And don't worry, cutting off a branch from a bush or a tree in your yard does not kill that plant. Any longer branches were trimmed down. This is such a great statement piece in a vase, and I love how high-end it looks for a fraction of the price. If you missed my eucalyptus tree DIY, which was a crate and barrel dupe, I will link it into the corner for you to check out. For under $10, I now have a beautiful statement piece that looks just as good as the high-end version. This is such an easy way to elevate your floral arrangements and add a timeless touch to your decor. And that's it for today's DIYs. I love how each of these projects turned out, and I hope they gave you some inspiration to create your own high-end decor on a budget. Don't forget to check out Sandra's video for even more amazing home decor DIY ideas. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more budget-friendly decor ideas. Let me know in the comments which DIY was your favorite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.